Alright, welcome back to Okie Built Auto. I'm going to move that forward. There we go. There we go. Alright. So what I got here is a 2003 4L60E out of a Yukon. Just a 1500. The transmission was having a hard time going into reverse, and it would make a popping sound when it went into reverse. So that's what I'm here to fix. Put my tools over here. Alright. Turn that light off. It's been on a long time. I've already... Okay. There we go. I already have parts on order for this transmission. Unfortunately for me, I've got to get a new 15mm socket. Broke it off right here. Breaking the exhaust bolts off. And that did make my job a lot harder to do. Alright. Looks like I got to do a little bit more before I can get this tail housing on. Might even get a new mount for this transmission. This one seems to be pretty shot. Got some buildup of metal on the sensor here. For the most part, I'll be able to get right onto rebuilding this one, because I've already got a transmission pulled apart and cleaned up. It is just missing a couple pieces that I can use. I got a couple pieces in this transmission that I can use for it, like the ring gear for the Ford. What had happened was the other transmission, this sun gear, had got completely stripped out, and I had to literally cut out the planetary gear, and I was not going to use the ring gear that came on this after cutting it out. Anyway, this bad boy back around. I no longer need the 15 here. That can go down there. And these are like 10s here. It depends on who got into this transmission originally, if these bolts here have been replaced or not with different sides. This wiring harness looks good. There's no fluid in it. Again, just push on the tab and keep light pressure on the connector itself until you get all the tabs depressed. That way you don't break any of these tabs. They are very brittle. Yep. Remove all the pump bolts. Now this being a 2003, this should have the O-ring type, well D-ring I should say, D-ring type of seal on it instead of having a wedge. I've still got the torque converter draining out, so I can take it to BNI torque converter and drop it off at the core. Come on out. Alright, you don't want to come out with that one, huh? There we go. This one is the original servo. And it looks like one of these seals did get ripped. That's a shame. But not too surprising. Take my 13mm on here for the pump, for the pan bolt. I'm just going to flip this thing around so I'm not putting it on the shaft here. And I can also help have it drain over here. In fact, I need to put in, clean up a bit. I did drain this before I dropped the transmission. Here's what was inside the pan. Quite a bit of metal. I was about to toss it over there, but I need to go ahead and put all my parts in here. That way I don't lose any of these parts. So I purchased another transmission to build for another project of mine. I think I'm actually going to just use those parts for this transmission and just clean everything back up again. As you can tell, I've already removed the filter. I did that while I was under the vehicle. I already know that y'all are screaming at me for not using any kind of gloves on this. Right now, I really don't care. I just want to get it tore down so I can get to BNI torque converter. Oh yeah, twice myself. That's why you should wear gloves. Now this one here is a mess now. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh yeah, that's great. Well, shoot. The big right back where they came from. Remove all these pins. But unfortunately, the other transmission that I was rebuilding all the footage that I had for it got corrupted, along with a rebuild transmission video as well got corrupted, so I was not able to upload that video either. That makes me sad. Where is my 8mm? There it is. Here's the 8mm. And now I need to find the adapter, but it fell. Great. I had my tool sitting in a little case for the parts washer, that whole small part. Had it all nice and cleaned up, and had to knock it off. Come on, get on there. Also, one other thing that happened is my big wrench, my 1/2" flex head, it broke on me, so I gotta take it back. There we go. Well, the thing didn't want to go on. Now this is the sealed time, so you got the newer type pressure switch. Basically it tells the computer what gear it's in. Spin it back around over here so you can see what's going on. Take these last 3 bolts out. Those are the 8mm. And they have to go back in that spot. Come on, let's go. Now this plate does need to be replaced. The second gear is almost punched completely through it. Come on, let go. Thank you. Got the plastic one in here. Going to change that out for an aluminum one. I've already got it set off to the side and installed into the other part. So I just got to clean that up and throw it in my own personal transmission. Gasket got stuck to this. Remove all these lovely tech balls. This plate can be repaired. It didn't beat it all the way through, but it is awfully close. Wiring harness goes in the trash, and so does this plate. There's actually quite a bit of suction on this accumulator here. Come on out. Wiggle it back and forth until it comes out. There we go. Now you can block it off if you want to. I don't do it. At least not on a customer's vehicle. I might do it on my own personal one and see what happens to it. See if it's too harsh of a shift or not. And I might start implementing it on future builds. I noticed that on another video that I should have made this thing a little bit bigger. Now you don't want to lose your shifter linkage here. It'd be pretty hard to replace. Come on. And there goes one of my new seals for the reverse drum. Yep, this one has the D-ring around the pump. Just like I thought it did. I'll put it over here by the parts washer. And surprisingly, the gasket did not rip. But it's still pretty brittle compared to the brand new one. Don't forget your washer from the pump. Throw that over there. Next up comes the 2/4 band. Pull out your anchor. Now the whole thing should come out. Well, I think I know what that pop was that he heard. This 2/4 band is almost toast. Doesn't matter to me. I'll still look at it. But here's that pop he heard. Looks like the whole thing just came apart. So I've got to get another one of these again. I wonder how that's looking inside. Oh well. Put it off to the side and continue to tear down. Grab the flashlight. So hopefully y'all can see what's going on in here. The infamous yellow snap ring. At least the planetary gear looks good. Come on. Where is it? Hope I'm not in y'all's way. I need to put a little pressure on the back side of the output shaft to hopefully relieve some of this pressure on this snap ring. Come on. Come on. Oh, I hate this snap ring. I really do. That's actually not the worst snap ring in here. There we go. Alright, well that one's lost. Doesn't matter if that one gets lost or not, your kit comes with a brand new one. Luckily the bearing here is still good. I don't feel any steps on here. Okay, the bearing's still inside here. Alright, let's see if this thing's still good. We are good to go. Check inside here as well, and this thing looks almost brand new. There we are. Now you'll see. Sorry about that. I'll set this off to the side over here by my parts washer. Now the other transmission that I have off to the side, it is a 2000 model. For those of you that know me, I do not reuse these, ever. So in the garbage it goes. Pull out your sun gear, if you can. Come on. There we go. You'll want to check the teeth right here. This one's chipped. Y'all see that? It is got a missing tooth right here. So this needs to be replaced. And I would not be surprised if I've got a missing tooth on the rear planetary gear. That'd just be ironic if that rear one's destroyed. Find the case silencer. Alright. I was starting to wonder if this case was good. It wasn't just popping out like it should have. But it came out. Came out with very little resistance. Pull up the center support. And if you can hear that, that squeaking means that it is a good roller. about the wavy, keep that off to the side, because that one gets reused. And all these seals and clutches are going in the garbage, just like normal. Yep, this planetary gear does need to be replaced. I've got chunks missing out of this tooth here. This tooth is missing. It's almost like every one of these is damaged. Yeah, they're all damaged. So this does go in the garbage. Even the ring gears are torn up. I'm going to go ahead and keep the bearings. I'll keep those as spares, just in case. Yeah, this is completely tore up. Right here. Got teeth missing out over here. Y'all can actually see all that, I know. Every one of these almost broken all the way around. So, gotta get a new one of these. Luckily I have one. And my other transmission that I have has 5-pinion planetary gears, so I have an extra. You want to check the shaft here, see if it's nice and smooth on all these areas right here. Back here really does not matter if it's smooth. This is your reluctor for the speed sensor. And don't forget that there's no ring inside here. And grab your anti-clunk spring, or the case silencer is what I call it. That's it for the case. Dump that out so I'm not putting it all over my floor like I did last time. Toss it into my parts washer so the oil goes in there instead of all over my floor. Gotta get a new hub. I have one, but it's being used for my other transmission. Where's that? Servo, another spread. Okay. Well, there it is. Okay. Okay, cool. Got my other sun gear here, brand new one. So it's not a total loss on that. What hurts is having that rear planetary gear and the rear planetary gear ring bad. That hurts. Like just the forward assembly, that one was around $200. Alright. Grab my 8mm. Take apart the forward accumulator. Apply your spring. And the accumulator itself. This one's getting replaced with an aluminum one. Keep the pin scotch right inside here. Make it nice and, well, not necessarily smooth. Just want to kind of rough it up a little bit. but don't use anything too aggressive. That way it allows oil to catch inside the walls themselves. So you don't want to lose that. And you don't want to lose this either. Grab that drum. So I got the reverse drum here. I might have to modify one of my other screwdrivers here to do this a little bit easier. Felt like something was kind of binding in here. Alright, I was about to say, it's like factory should have put that in, but they did. The clutches don't look bad. The seals will actually clean up. But I replaced them anyway. So unfortunately this drum is also towed. I replaced them anyways. I've already got the new one. Actually, I don't think I have reverse. Yeah, I do. I can see it. Okay. I got a brand new one already. Find the opening on the snap ring. Go. There goes that one. Alright, you want to check all your springs here. Obviously it got dislodged whenever I whacked it. If any of them are damaged, broken, anything like that, you need to replace it. There we go. And your piston here with your lip seals, inner and outer, you do want to replace these, and you have to use a special tool to install it, or you use a feeler gauge. The drum itself, the bearing actually looks pretty good, but the whole unit itself is garbage. Pull the bearing out. They rotate smoothly. I always try getting these things out and it never works. All the Teflon seals are actually intact and loose, which is good. It's what you want. Put this down. I'm probably going to lose that washer, the selectable washer. Yeah, it's going to be fun to pull apart. See if I can get this out with the key. Nope. Alright, so I'm going to have to do something else to get the center out of here. Obviously this is going to have load springs in it. There goes the selectable washer. It just fell down. And load springs going everywhere. And these load springs are good. You'll want to check to see if these come up above this little edge here. This transmission, or this vehicle, did actually drive into my garage. Your fly plate. And then your 6 clutches and seals. I might use these right here in my own transmission, but I will not use them on this one. I'll set those off to the side. And all the seals that you'll see off to the side over here are new, except for this one here. That one's been used. Yeah. All right. Well, this sprag getting stuck in here is not good. This one actually is a sprag. It's not a roller like the one in the center support. So I want to keep this plate, which is your top plate. Probably going to keep all these seals as well. Go down with my transmission. Pull this entire hub out. Completely bust it off right here. This piece is no good anymore. Grab your fly plate and your wavy. Yep. Double check that's the wavy, and it is the wavy. These clutches look pretty good. Kind of worn out right here in the center. The teeth on it look pretty good. Flexible washer, this one is a 68. Forget your bearing. I've already got a couple sets of these, so I don't need to keep these for my transmission. Alright, well, it looks like my flashlight's dead now. See if I can find the snap ring. There it is. Try to adjust over here. Lock her down in place. And compress spring. Yep. Nope. Alright, there we go. I need to clean this off and throw it on my charger. And I thought I tossed one up here. Well, I'll have to find that freaking flashlight later on. I threw one up here earlier. I have two of them. Yep, got the snap ring out. That's what I forgot to order. I'll have to add those to my order. I forgot to put in the order for my molded pistons. Don't forget your green O-ring that's down here in the bottom. Plus your seal goes in the center here. Yeah. He was probably leaking on his 3-4 here, but this is pretty loose. I'm surprised it didn't actually fall off. But these right here, the three molded pistons I'm referring to, right here. These three. They always get replaced. I never ever reuse them. And you shouldn't either. See if I can't remove this sprag out of here. I might be able to save the sprag itself. But this bushing here is no good. It is pretty ground up right here. And it looks like it's also deformed. The sprag itself is in good shape, so I can reuse the sprag. And these two parts go in the garbage. So is the center support. I'm going to keep the snap ring. It for the teardown. If y'all like this kind of content, like, subscribe, comment. I'd like to hear what y'all think. See y'all on the next one.